Tesla just saved a man's life, the self-drive. So this guy pretty much had low glucose levels. So this was posted on Instagram. I saw this on Twitter and everywhere else. So it says the Instagram post, Tesla's full self-driving feature saves man's life. So this guy credits he was experiencing severe dehydration malfunction in his insulin pump, and his Tesla Model Y drove him to the Virginia emergency room at 2 a.m. and saved him. I have so many questions about this. So, extending his gratitude to Musk for his leadership in the advancing technology. Tesla has been actively promoting its self-driving software. Self-driving is very cool, but as human error, there's AI error. So luckily for this guy, it worked out for him. So some of the comments on this post, I'm glad the guy is okay from Dan Ballard. I'm glad the guy is okay, but this is terrible marketing from Tesla. Full self-driving is a driving aid and doesn't replace the driver. I agree with that. If you're unfit to drive, you're also unfit to use full self-driving. There have been some terrible accidents using Tesla's driving aids resulting in multiple deaths. That's true. Just like human error, humans crash, AI crashes. Don't be the reason some police officer has to knock on a family's door and tell them daddy isn't coming home from riding from his bike ride. Yeah, I agree. And then this guy says, bro just needed a water and a cookie. When you're dehydrated, drink water, drink a Gatorade. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how bad this guy was. Obviously, that wasn't helping. So the Tesla took him to the emergency room, and I'm glad this guy's okay. So, and the guy even posted on Twitter, the guy who actually got saved, it has like 26 million views. It was posted on Zeter. He says, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he says on April 1st, self-driving, 2 a.m., I found myself grappling with severe dehydration, blood glucose level with no time to spare. It was a 13-mile journey. 13 miles, that's a while. So this car really drove 13 miles unattended, and he got into the emergency room, blah, blah, blah. Wow, he endured a mild heart attack. I left the hospital, no restrictions. And he's basically thanking Elon Musk the rest of the tweet. He saved over $1,000. The cost of energy for the last 7,000. I extend my gratitude to Elon Musk for his crazy erratic leadership in advancing technology that is more than just transportation. Yeah, so let's look at the comments on Zeter to this. The Tesla owner Silicon Valley says, "Glad you are okay." Of course, and I believe Elon Musk responded to this too. And then some guy replied to this Tesla owner Silicon Valley tweet and said, I lost a coworker over the very same thing, went to diabetic shock. They found him dead in his car at McDonald's. I guess he was trying to get anything to help his blood sugar. If he was in a Tesla, he'd be alive today. I believe this guy, but there's probably gonna be a bunch of comments just like this. The Tesla saved my father's life. He was falling from a tree and it caught him. Like there's gonna be stuff like that. There's gonna be stuff where people just hyping up Tesla because they love Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, rightfully so, is very brilliant. He has a lot of fans for a reason. And yeah, so another comment by Dr. Jack. I do not know all the details of the situation, but in the future, I highly suggest calling the ambulance instead. You could, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would trust a car to take me there. I don't have trust with a lot of things in this world, so I personally probably would have called 911 in this situation. And he continues to go on to say the technology is not at some point where it can be unsupervised. That's true. It's still pretty new. Teslas are pretty new. So we've heard horrible situations where it crashes in autopilot, which was mentioned in the Instagram comments. So with the loss of blood glucose that high, some symptoms include blurred vision, loss of consciousness, confusion, risk of heart attack, etc. It was essentially no different than driving while impaired. You could see it as that way. Yeah, you're like you pretty much just passed out, and the car has to get there. It's like the car's taking control. It is like impaired because you don't have full control when you're hammered or you're high always. So driving the car. So that makes sense by Dr. Jack. Good logic. Good logic. Thankfully, everything turned out fine and no one's injured. Glad you're okay and I hope your glucose monitor is working well. That's good constructive criticism from Dr. Jack. And then this guy says, I just pictured seeing a dead guy being autopilot down the freeway. Laughing emoji. It will happen at some point. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, what? This was going on for 13 miles. He was driving, no car. Just kind of like made a peek. There's a dead guy, or not a dead guy. There's just a guy falling asleep with autopilot. Who knows where it's taking him? Maybe it could have taken him to the wrong location. It could have taken him to a McDonald's or an alleyway. this guy might have actually died if it didn't. I mean, good for Tesla. The autopilot did get him to the location, but just crazy to think about. I personally am not a fan of Teslas and electric cars. I mean, autopilot sounds cool, but I personally rather have the human error. You know, if I crash, it's my fault. I feel like I'd be more pissed if a machine crashes because I'd be like, come on, like you're literally supposed to get this right and you've messed me up. You crashed the car. So I personally don't like that, but it worked out for this guy. I'm glad he's okay, but I personally don't think I'd get a Tesla and use the self-driving. This guy, as the one guy said, he needs a cookie and a water. He should have called 911 if he felt really off. That's what they're there for. I would trust those people driving me rather than a Tesla. So, very interesting situation. I actually was trying to look for article more on this topic, but it was never on any of the mainstream media, I guess so. They don't care about a guy's life. As always, the news always reports bad things, but here on my channel, we report the good things, and glad this guy's okay. So yeah, please like and subscribe. My socials are linked down below. And shout out Elon Musk and the Tesla for saving this guy's life. Hopefully, it saves many more lives because that's what people want. People want full electric cars to take over the world. So thank you guys for watching and peace.